Hey friends, this is Marquise Martin Hayes, and it's time for the Monday Moment. Super excited to share with you as always. Why? I know you guys probably think this guy's always excited, he's always happy. Well, yes and no. The majority of the time, yeah, I am. But it's with intention that makes it as such. Today, I want to share a little bit about some of those things that won't make you happy, but they'll position you in a way that allows you to show up fuller. And if you're not resisting, you'll naturally experience happiness. Let's jump right in. So, in the book, don't know if you're ready or not, but the URL for it, you can download it free, is www.tinyurl.com/, Mondays are awesome. You can listen to the audio version there. Nonetheless, I want to share a few things that you can do if you just took 20 minutes. It would transform everything. This is what you get to do in the morning. Maybe you wake up 20 minutes earlier, or in the evening. Maybe you take 20 minutes before you finish your day out. Or maybe in the afternoon, you grab 20 minutes. But these 20 minutes will transform everything. The thing is, you get to choose what goes in that window. Why? There are several things that you can do. One of the things that I do, my son's much better at it than I am, is practice breathing. Being intentional about my breathing allows my body to oxidize and become alkaline in nature and opens up my thinking, my nerves, my electrical system so that I can show up. Now, some of you have done yoga and you know what it's like when you start breathing. But did you know that you can practice breathing without going to yoga? As a matter of fact, I remember a few years ago, a yogi approached me and said, hot yoga is a little overrated, bro. You really need to be in basic yoga because when you're in hot yoga, which he was not against, but he was explaining the difference. When you're in hot yoga, everything comes easy to you. But the truth is, yoga is actually breath and breathing. And so as I began to learn to breathe through yoga, I began to experience more fullness, probably like you. But there was an injury that I had, a nagging injury when I was training for one of my races in my hip area. And as a result, I couldn't sit and bring my knees together. I had to force the left side over, and it was agonizing. I didn't know what was wrong. For several years, I saw chiropractors, I saw different therapists who were supposed to be able to help me. But the biggest impact after several years of searching, trying to figure out what can I do, probably should have stretched. If I stretched 20 minutes a day, that would have made a difference. But I went to see a doctor in his little basement practice, and he just taught me how to breathe. And he helped me learn to breathe in and out. He helped me begin to understand how the circulatory and the electrical system generates everything else. I was working on the musculoskeletal, but my circulatory system, my electrical system was failing because I wasn't breathing deep and exercising and expanding that muscle so that my body could work. But within 1 hour, I think my session was 2 hours in my first session with him. So we'll say 2 hours. After all these years, within 2 hours of him working with me on my breathing and minor body adjustment, I sat down. I was able to put my knees together, no problem. I don't know what's missing in your life, but I know that breathing opens up our mind. It opens up, as I just expressed to you, our body. It opens up our heart and allows us to be present. One of the things that we teach in one of the training programs, the companies I contract with, is the importance of breathing because it slows the mind down so that you can then choose your words and thoughts carefully. Breathing can be done in 5 minutes. You don't have to take 20 minutes to do it, but that's one thing you can do in a 20-minute window for 5 minutes that'll transform everything. You got to be consistent, but try it. You'll notice. Here's something else you can do in that 20-minute window that can transform everything. Make yourself a fresh smoothie. I'm a big juice guy, but smoothies work too. Grab some fresh kale, the stuff you don't like to eat. Yeah. Grab it out of the fridge, throw it in the blender, throw in some water, throw in some frozen berries, maybe a banana. If you do protein powder, personal choice, I don't need to get into it here. This is not that form. I prefer a vegan based. Go ahead and throw a scoop in, but then throw in some chia seeds. Great for energy. Throw in some flax seeds. Great for hormonal balance. Throw in some hemp seeds. great. All of them have sources of protein in them. You can do that in 5 minutes. Throw everything in the blender, turn it on for a minute or two, pour it in your glass, take the blender cup, rinse it, put water in it, put it back on the blender, let it clean itself, pour it out, stick it upside down, let it dry, air dry. 5 minutes. Now we got 10 minutes left in this 20-minute window. Now, I'm gonna tell you a couple things that can make a difference for you. You've got options. You can stretch for 10 minutes. That's one thing you can do. You can work out for 10 minutes and get your heart rate up and just get moving. Let's go down the path of stretching, but for five. A 5-minute yoga stretch. What if you did a 5-minute yoga stretch to just begin to open up your joints when you first wake up in the morning and allow your muscles to expand and allow oxygen while you're breathing? Oh, you can double up to begin to circulate and get those joints moving, because here's the deal. The stiffer we are and the less ability we have to move and flow, it's not on the surface, but it's internal. The more agitated we are, the more frustrated we are, the less tolerant we are, and we're projecting it out onto everyone else. Now, we didn't even realize it. We didn't even realize it, because when we're not taking care of ourselves, we only bring the best of our trash to the rest of the world. And then the last 5 minutes, let's take the last 5 minutes. This doesn't even take 5 minutes, but let's just take it. Not only planning your day, but incantations. What are incantations, Marquise? They're your I statements. Who are you? Who are you before you get out in the world and everyone else tells you what you're not? How often do you do that? If you did that every day for 5 minutes, I am whatever that is that you believe you are. I am a successful entrepreneur. I am an award-winning actor, and I actually am an award-winning actor, which is pretty cool also. I am a great father. I am a great lover. I love to travel. I travel on a regular basis. There are so many things that are a part of who I am. I am love. I am life. I am the one. I create space for others to show up in this world. That's who I am. Who are you? Have you thought about it lately? Maybe you want to write those things down. But if you take the time every day to remind you about you before everyone else tells you who they think you are, before your boss tells you you're an employee, before your company tells you that you belong to it, give yourself the beauty, freedom, and luxury of showing up for you with your incantation statements, and reaffirm who you are in this life. Reaffirm your goals, dreams, and passions. And if you take those 20 minutes and step out into the world, it'll never be the same. Every day will be uniquely different for you. This is Marquise Martin Hayes. This is your Monday Moment. Have a fantastic week.